Hello everyone, I'm RobtheMod. Welcome to part 13 of Ape Escape on the PlayStation 1, being played on the PlayStation 5. Commentary is still being done after the fact, mainly because of the Skyflyer. As I explained, it kind of annoyed me, the control scheme. But when we get to part 15, the commentary is going to be done live. Just maybe with a few edits if I get stuck on a certain section for a bit. But yeah, if you want to see these with live commentaries, by the way, wait till basically this series is finished. Wait till like Ape Escape 1 is finished. And then when On the Loose comes out, because obviously, as I've mentioned before, it's basically just the PSP version of this game. It's exactly the same. I did all this live. And that's kind of what made me think about doing this without like doing the commentary after the fact here. I was like, I'll try it live, but I'll if the control scheme is absolutely terrible, I'm just gonna, and it's making me rage, I'm just gonna do the commentary after the fact, and that's exactly what happened. But yeah, I know where all the monkeys are because of doing On the Loose first, because I do find On the Loose has a slightly better control scheme. As I mentioned in the previous one, once you get used to the control scheme of Ape Escape, you are completely fine. Or at least I'm fine, most people are, but it's just, I find that for a modern like control scheme, On the Loose is better. But I did also mention in the last one I was going to talk about Million Monkeys, which is the Japanese exclusive fourth game, basically. Now, not much really I can say, because obviously I've not played it. Apart from the fact that it's PS2 exclusive, maybe it'll get a remaster for the PS5. You never know. I mean, it probably won't, because it never got an original, but it never got like released in the West. But judging by the fact that Sony seems to be putting all the Ape Escape games on PS Plus, I kind of want them to, especially considering, you know, like, I know it's all Nintendo and stuff, but Nintendo does actually sometimes occasionally release their Japanese exclusives back, like, in the West. I think, wasn't there like a Fire Emblem or something that happened like that? I don't know. I'm not really that much of a Nintendo person, to be honest, but I just know that there was one like series where there was like a Japanese exclusive version. Or was it like Earthbound or something, where like it was like Mother 3 or something? It finally got like a US release or whatever, you know what I mean? Basically, sometimes you get like Japanese games that were exclusive on an old console get a Western re-release when they get remastered. And hopefully that might, if they do Ape Escape 3, which they apparently already did it, so let's hope that gets released, and then hopefully Million Monkeys will also get a Western release finally, and maybe we'll actually be able to see the original English cutscenes that they did, you know, without the Japanese dubbing on top of them. I mean, look up that game. I mean, like I said, I'm going to do it anyway, even if it doesn't get released over here. But yeah, that's, I really want to do Million Monkeys. Ever since I've like heard about it, it's always interested me. Like, it's basically the Shadow the Hedgehog of the Ape Escape series, because you look at this and you think, oh, it's such child friendly and all that, and then like you think of Shadow the Hedgehog, like the actual game on the PS2 and the original Xbox and all that, and that was like a really dark in quotation marks, but that was like, you know, a dark Sonic game because you fired guns and stuff. And yeah, that's basically what Million Monkeys is. You're not shooting the monkeys or anything, but it is just like, it's some other, like, it's not Specter Specter isn't the main villain. It's like some guy that's like using the monkeys to take over the world or whatever, and the monkeys are like blowing people up and stuff. It's quite dark as a thing. But yeah, I kind of want to play it. And like I said, Ape Escape, it's not exactly like I'm going to really going to have issues. Like, I'm not going to understand any of the plot or anything, apart from the English cutscenes that are dubbed into Japanese, but you can hear the English dialogue behind them. But yeah, I'm not going to understand the plot, but it's not like I'm not going to understand how to play the game. It's Ape Escape. The controls are going to be exactly the same. Maybe there'll be a weird weapon, not weapon, but like a weird gadget that's new to it that I don't understand how to control, but I'm sure I can look that up. I really had issues getting up this section. And this is where I mentioned in the previous episode where I was like, oh, it spawned one of the enemies like right on an awkward spot. Because you can't see here, as you can tell. And this thing just, as soon as I get up there, it almost pushes me off the edge. Not the monkey, but like the blue flying thing. There we go. It went straight for me and almost pushed me off the edge. And then it just flew away, so I never was able to get it. And then the monkey hit me, which just really annoyed me. I mean, obviously I do get the monkey pretty much soon after, as you can see there. And then I shoot that thing down. But yeah, it really annoyed me because why would you attack me as I'm trying to make a really difficult jump? I mean, people say modern games are easy, and I suppose that's the thing, like, but it's just cheap, basically. Now, there was an edit there, because obviously a Skyflyer jump and then spin thing, but that was only like the second or third attempt, to be fair. It wasn't like the Spike one where it took, in the previous level, where it was just, 7 minutes of me effectively just raging at it. But, I mean, you can see how kind of annoying the Skyflyer is here. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm just being terrible at the game, but I just cannot, seem to get the hang of it. I do get a little bit better for the race that we're going to get next. Although I still let, Jake win. Because, or Buzz, whatever you want to call him, win because you don't need a win to progress. And I was like, I was pretty close to winning, and I was like, I can't be bothered rewinding to do that. I'm just going to get it out the way. I'm okay with that. So I let him win. It just gets your coins to buy mini games at the end. So I might do that after the game's finished. You guys won't see it, but yeah. And then we're in this hot spring section. Now, actually, I want to mention before we do that, well, while we're doing this, I should say, obviously those ice bridge things were really, you guys didn't see how kind of difficult they were. That second one wasn't so bad. It's just the first one, with the two things that were spinning around. I feel what would you call them? I guess bombs, maybe? I don't know. But the two things on chains that were spinning around, actually trying to get the dash hoop to work as I was going over that was kind of ridiculous, because you need to spin it while it's at a certain position while the other thing's spinning, and it didn't really work. But yeah, there we go. That's the last monkey for this level. It's done. And I love how there was a Specter coin there that I just missed because it spawned me there. So I guess I'll have to come back on this level and look for that. At least I know it's there. But yeah, I've been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 13 of Ape Escape on the PlayStation 1. And I will see you next time for more. Hopefully. Ta-ra.